This is a video on the concept of the term inference. Um, and an inference is an interpretation of natural or interpretation of phenomena, and it's different from facts. So we're going to do a little bit of comparison between what a fact is and what an inference is. So let me talk a little bit about inference. But first, there's this noise, and it sounds to me like sounds like a dog barking. So the sound of that I'm hearing, that you're hearing, that's a fact, right? It's a publicly verifiable phenomenon. Anybody who's here in this location can hear it. You can set up a microphone and record it. So the noise is a fact, but its source is not. We can't establish what the source is. We don't know what the source is. So therefore, I'm going to infer, based on the facts, based on the audio that I hear, I'm going to infer that it's a dog barking. But I don't have a lot of super high confidence in that inference because it could be other things. It could be a sound system. Someone is playing back and broadcasting on a speaker, pre-recorded barking of dogs, kind of a thing. It could be, or it could be something else. So in order for my inference to gain strength, I've got to gather a little bit more information. So definitely sounds like the dog, or the sound of the barking is coming from here. So I'm still inferring that that's a dog. Now I see that there's a sign here that says beware of dogs, so that's additional information that strengthens my inference. And then, oh yeah, there's the dog. So now we've connected the sound of the dog barking with the actual dog. So then now this becomes a fact. The dog is barking. Hello, doggy. I'm going to get out of here. So let's talk a little bit more about inference, if that dog would please be quiet. Thank you. So an inference is an attempt to explain phenomena that cannot be directly observed based on interpretation of related phenomena that can be directly observed. So take these impressions in the soil, for example. I am going to infer that these impressions were made by people who made by the shoes of people who walked across this soil at some time earlier. So the facts of the matter are, I see these impressions in the soil, but I wasn't able to observe that people actually walked across the soil. So I'm going to infer that these impressions were made by people who came before me, who walked across the soil, and their shoes left the impressions in the rock. Let's go over and take a look at, not impressions in the soil, not in the rock. Let's go take a look at these cattle. Wait. I hear, it sounds like an airplane. Can you hear that? So, oh, there it is. All right, so we heard the sound of the airplane. There's the airplane. That's a fact. It's coming. Oh, this doesn't look good. So now that airplane went down behind the trees. I heard an explosion, but I didn't actually see the plane strike the ground. So I'm going to infer that the explosion was because the plane came down and struck the ground at a high rate of speed and then exploded. Right. Oop. So I hear somebody. Oh no. So maybe this person was in the plane. I didn't actually see the person in the plane, but they look like they're in pain. And oh, there's a parachute. So I'm associating, I see the parachute, I see this person in pain, I see the plane. I'm going to infer that this person was either a pilot or a passenger in that plane. So the facts are, there's the plane, here's the person, there's the parachute, and I'm going to infer that this person was in the plane. How are you doing? he doesn't look like he's feeling too well. So maybe I should maybe go out and call for help.